welcome back to the beautiful state of wayfort Roblox. Today I'm just going to be doing something a little bit more different. I might add an updated version of this in the future, but today I'm going to be doing a progression kind of list. Like, I'm going to say like the best first card to get and then go on from there all the way till the end of your progression cycle once you get the best card. So yeah, I'm probably going to start off now by doing probably what's the best first card that you can most likely buy. Now, honestly, it was personally me. If you were to start off with the you should start off with the Audi, because honestly, I think the Audi just has a better top speed in general than the other car. And I don't think you're like, I don't know, the Volkswagen Golf would be a better car. I mean, it's probably better looking and a little bit more interesting than the Audi, but still, I recommend just starting off with the Audi. So once you get the Audi, first thing you want to do, probably try and grind till some kind of car like the Camaro right here. Camaro, I think it's a good option, or you could literally just straight grind. But I mean, if you want to take a progression or a break, you can get the Camaro or the 2012 Camaro. Then once you get one of these cars, you should try and straightforward grind all the way up to the Corvette. I mean, honestly, I don't personally actually recommend getting these cars because, I mean, it'd just be better to straight out grind. But I mean, if you want to try out more cars, then go ahead. But this is one good go-to car, the Corvette. This Camaro right here is also a great go-to car. I mean, the Chevrolets in this game are really good for starters. So if you're not going for Chevrolets, the other amazing company in this game is Dodge. And the Dodge here, this 56k car, 203 miles per hour. You can already hit 200 miles per hour. So if you want to hit that really quick, just go and get this car. This is a really good go-to car. Most people get this car at the start of the game. You could also get this car right here. The Viper, not really as common, but it'll give you a supercar feel for a bit more of an affordable price. But I mean, I don't personally recommend it. It's still a pretty good car, but like, I think there are better cars out there than this. And then, if you want a really good drag car for acceleration with a decent top speed, the Dodge Devil is your go-to car. It's a pretty cool looking car, pretty good car. I mean, something it is worth checking out, honestly, in my opinion. Now, yeah, since we're in the 100k cycle, the Gallardo Superleggera here is a very, very good option. It is the first supercar you can probably be able to fully afford other than GTR. Gives you Lamborghini vibes, good top speed, affordable, a good Lamborghini budget car. Now, if you do not care about the Lamborghini at all, you could just go for the Chevrolet Corvette DR1, which is right here. This car will grant you a good top speed. So if you're all about the highway grind, that this is your go-to car. I mean, honestly, it might not be the most attractive, especially with those wheels being so big. But I mean, still pretty good go-to car. I mean, it's not got the fastest acceleration, but it is about the top speed. So your top speed grinding, this is your go-to car. Like I said, I'm the highway type of grinder. Most starters just grind straight on the highway. So I mean, this will be a good, affordable car for you guys out there if you do true highway grind. And I mean, the last good option, I guess, will be the Nissan GTR. So I believe the Nissan is right here. 2018 GTS. Do I recommend this car? Personally, no, because you could just get a Dodge Devil for a better price. I mean, if you really are a GTR fan, then go ahead and buy it, but like, honestly, the GTR isn't as worth it. So yeah, it's something you probably wouldn't be better off not getting, but I mean, it's still a pretty nice car worth collecting. Now we are moving on to the next progression car. So let's just start off with Lamborghini. The Murcielago. Beautiful car right here. This is probably one of the most best looking cars. It says 212, I mean 211, but it can go like 217, 218-ish. So this is the highway grind go-to car. 170k, really affordable, definitely worth investing in. Now, if you do not want to buy this car, there are also some other options. For example, you have the Audi R8, so I need to find that brand real quick. It's somewhere here, I just don't know why I can't find it. Yeah, right here. So the Audi R8 2017, god tier acceleration. It is a great all-rounder car. I mean, it might not carry the top speed the Murcielago has, but like literally handling, acceleration, this is where you should go. The Audi R8 is a god in handling, acceleration. It looks personally good in my opinion. Something you should really consider getting. If it isn't the Murcielago or the Audi, one other possible choice, which I personally do not recommend at this point, is the Ferrari 2020 F8. And I mean, just want to feel something that isn't in many other games. I mean, I think this car hasn't been showcased in many other games other than wayfort Roblox. So we want to, I mean, maybe in Ultimate Driving, but we want to experience this car, a Ferrari in this game. This is a good go-to car. Now we're talking about $280,000 ish. We're going to start off with Lamborghini. Now Lamborghini provides really good options. Now the Performante. This car is a really good all-rounder. It got the looks, it's got the handling, it's got the top speed, it's got the acceleration. It is a jack of all trades. It'll be like a 4 out of 5 in basically every aspect. So if that's the type of thing you want, Performante is your go-to. It's a very nice car. Something definitely worth looking into. Now, if it's not the Performante, you also have your good old McLaren 720s S Spider. Now, this car is also, just like the R8, it is a god tier car. I mean, it's got the top speed, and it's got everything the R8 has to offer. It is a cross-country beast. It is good at most things. Like, I mean, it is also amazing in the looks. Something I would personally definitely recommend. Without hesitation, I would just go ahead and buy this car. I mean, the Performante is also a good car. These are both really good cars. So, I mean, it's just between your preference. Lamborghini or McLaren. I think the McLaren is personally better, but I mean, Lamborghini is also a good, nice car to experience. So now we're going to move into the 400-ish K. So you're now going to be grinding a bit more, a lot more harder. Now, I mean, okay, sorry, but I mean, I personally now recommend for those who want a good car this year, this super fast. It is honestly a bit of an all-rounder, maybe lacking a bit in top speed. And top speed is good, 211 miles per hour. The acceleration in this car is amazing. It is a really good drag car. If you want a drag car, this is your go-to car. I mean, it looks personally one of my most favorite looking Ferraris. I mean, it's probably my favorite looking Ferrari. I mean, I like all Ferraris in most looks. I mean, the Enzo is like, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think this is a really, really good car that is pretty underrated, honestly. The Ford Pista, this car here, if you're about to top speed grind, go ahead and buy this car. 221 miles per hour, pretty nice stuff, quality stuff, I won't lie. Now, I would have recommended this earlier, but the BMW M5, this is just a quick recommendation. If you want an overpowered acceleration car that will most likely get nerfed at some point, this is also a nice car to collect, but I personally don't recommend this, but I just forgot to mention that. Now, we're going to go into the 600Ks. So, the only really good option, I think, right here is the Aventador SVJ, and this is honestly not even that good of an option. I mean, if you just want, I mean, you could get the same thing from the Pista, but better. But I mean, if you're all about the sweet looks, if you're all about being unique, I mean, it's not unique, but if you want to experience something generally wayfort mainly has to offer, this is a really good go-to car. It is beautiful looking. I mean, honestly, it is pretty affordable. If you just want, if you want to experience this kind, if you want to experience a hypercar, this is what you can get. Now we are going to go on to the hypercars. I mean, now we're going to get onto serious hypercars. So the first car, definitely verdict, is the, I believe the 2010. I don't know where the brand is yet. Samba Ultimate Aero, or the SSC Ultimate Aero. Now this car is most likely going to get nerfed. It has overpowered acceleration. It's faster than the Tesla Roadster at the moment. But I mean, if you it's probably going to get nerfed, but still, it is a really, really good car. 253 miles per hour, only 900K. Just buy it early on, and then you'll be pretty much set for a long time. Now, at this point, if you really find yourself enjoying the game and you have Robux, one thing you could do is just invest in the Polite E, which is this car right here. You can get really, it's good all-rounder in basically every aspect. So you just, I mean, it's 500 Robux, but if you have Robux, go ahead and get that. Now we're just actually going to get, again, back into the list. So, now, for the other hypercars, so I guess we can start off with the Porsche. So, the Porsche 918 Spider, I just think it's a regular 918, but it is this car right here. If you're die-hard acceleration, you just want a really good drag car. It's pretty affordable. This is your go-to car. It's honestly not the best, but it is a good car. It is nice looking. It can go 220 miles per hour, so it does seal the deal in most aspects. It's a pretty nice looking car too, I won't lie. I have it myself. Nice stuff. Now, if you want a good, in between, more if you're more of an acceleration guy, but you want a bit more top speed, looks, and handling, a really, really, really good option is the Pagani Veyron. Now, I honestly really recommend this car. It has got everything that you need. Yeah, it literally takes everything into hand. Great top speed, great acceleration, great handling, great looks. If you want that, this is where you go to. The only problem with this car is literally everybody in the wayfort community owns this car. So, yeah, you will not stand out or you will not be unique. You can't really flex on it, but I mean, still, it's a pretty nice car, pretty good go-to car. Now we're going to be talking about top speed. Now if you're really dying to just get a really, really good top speed car, the first go-to, I believe, is the Henry Poison GT, which is the Hennessy Venom. Now, if you want this car, this is all about top speed, 273 miles per hour, a good acceleration. It is made to top speed. I mean, the acceleration, like, 2 top speed is right below the middle gears, but it does have a good launch, I believe. I mean, this is a pretty nice looking car. It is probably very rare in the wayfort community, but yeah, personally really recommend this car. Something for those who want top speed. I mean, actually, well, this is the car I got early on in the day, but I mean, yeah, I mean, pretty nice stuff. You got top speed for $1.4 million. Now we're going to go on to in between. The thing, if you want top speed, but you want a bit more acceleration, then your go-to car is the infamous Bugatti Veyron. I don't know why I'm having trouble finding the cars today. It's like, it's so confusing. I don't, why can I not swap it? Okay, there. Okay, so, yeah, this car right here, go-to car for top speed and a bit of acceleration. It has got great acceleration. We're looking into really nice looking car. I mean, honestly, most people get this car. I recommend this to you. It will do the job for you guys if you just want something to do the job and get out of the way. I mean, most Wayrons are taken now. In most games, the trend of a Wayron being a progression car is slowly dying out. People are now just getting it as a collector's item. But in this game, it is still a valuable progression car. Now we're going to be talking about next level, $2 million-ish, $3 million cars. Now, here's one really good option, another Bugatti. Now, it used to be really bad, but now you can get this car. Now it's not exactly accelerate. It's not exactly the best top speed. It's like a downgrade from the current Wayron. But then you get a really, really good acceleration from this car. It is one of the really good drag cars. I mean, it's something to look really into. Really, really nice looking car. It's generally an all-rounder. I think it's a bit exceptional in the handling, but other than that, it's pretty nice stuff. Now, if you do not want the Wayron, a beautiful option, one of the best cars so far. Probably personally one of the best all-rounders lacking in acceleration. If it was not for the acceleration of this car would definitely be 100% the best option you can get. I mean, it is one really, really good looking car, as you guys can see. And, I mean, if you just want that kind of stuff, this is your go-to car, like I said. I mean, you can see, this car looks beautiful. It has got the top speed. Its top speed is inaccurate. It can go 286. It's basically an Apollo IE with better handling, but worse acceleration. So that is a good car for those people who want that kind of thing. And, lastly, this is more just the collector's edition, something you don't find in many other games. That is the McLaren Speedtail. Now, this is honestly not what I recommend over the other 2 previous cars I just recommended, because this car is just, it is a bit of a downgrade. But I mean, you just want to experience something different, something you won't really find in many other games. This is a really, really good go-to car. But yeah, now we're going to go on to the higher elite cars. Now, at this point, once you reach your 3 million points, you could just go for your first 200 mile per hour car. Now, let us start with the one I personally recommend without a question, and that is the 2020 Koenigsegg Jesko. I don't know exactly how this is pronounced. This car is sadly getting a remesh, which I really, really despise because I love how it looks at the moment. But, yeah, this car right here, it is going to be remeshing a little, but I mean, still, it is a really good car, really nice looking. It's got the top speed, it's got the acceleration, it's got everything that you really want except the handling. But still, like, I mean, you can look at this car; it looks so beautiful. It's a really, really nice car. If you ever want to experience the Jesco, this is where you can experience it in this game. Nice stuff. Now, I mean, the only thing with this car is the wheels are huge. It looks like a remote control car. But yeah, the next car is the Hennessy Venom F5. So that is somewhere in Henry. Let me see if I can just quickly find it. Yes, here it is. 2020 Venom F5. Personally, I don't recommend this car. Jesco is the better version of this. But I mean, if you like the looks of this car, then sure, go ahead. If you like this car more, if you want to stand out a bit more, go ahead and get this car. But I honestly do not recommend it. This is the car I bought. I mean, the acceleration is literally purely inaccurate. The Jesco is just better in most ways, almost every way, but the handling. But yeah, pretty cool cars. But I don't really recommend it. It also has pretty good sounds, but that's really all you get from this car. That's all you get from the package. Now we're moving on to what I personally really think is like the really top notch level. Now we're gonna start off in the $5 million range by showing you guys the Teslas. So if you want acceleration, purely acceleration, something that can still be beaten, but still, I mean, it's still a pretty nice car. Really good acceleration, good top speed. Great go-to car is the Tesla Roadster. It's got most of this stuff. Top speed isn't perfect, but it's got good top speed. Honestly, I mean, 250 miles per hour is exceptionally good. I mean, like you can't lie or argue with that. And it's $5 million. I think it should be like a little bit more cheaper, but I really don't care at this point. It's a good flex car. It shouldn't have been a convertible, but at the moment it isn't. But yeah, it is a good car to consider. Now, if you're not talking about the Tesla, we've got the also very popular 2021 Samba Jetpack. And this car is purely top speed. If you really care about the extra top speed, then go ahead and get this. I mean, the only thing though is this car is probably going to get upgrades where it can reach like 400 miles per hour, a lot more higher top speed. So yeah, this car is probably going to get a buff or something. So I mean, this is a good car to consider. It's probably the fastest car top speed wise in the game. It's got really good acceleration. I think it's almost the best cross country car because it's just that good. And yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, the last thing is now collector's cars. I mean, most of the other cars are generally collector's items. Not many other cars are that good. But one last thing I forgot to mention. Now, if you're going for a handling, the Savage 2019 Zonda right here is a really good handling car. Perfect handling. Cross country, it is a beast. It does not lose traction. It is the easiest cross country car to use. You can strike the go. I mean, I guess you probably beat the SST with this if you're really good. I mean, it is a counter to the SST. If you're all about the extra cross country abilities, having a good time in cross country, and just the nice looks and variety of this car, then you should go ahead and get this car. Pretty nice stuff. And yeah, I mean, if you're also on acceleration, just gonna lastly recommend the P1 GTR. They can beat the Tesla Roadster in a standard drag race. So I mean, if you want that kind of stuff, go ahead and buy this car. But yeah, I mean, that is probably going to be the end of today's video. I spent about almost 20 minutes, it seems, just talking about these cars. So yeah, either way, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.